Hello, ESA. I'm Aegri, and I'm sitting here with
Swazzy.
I'm going to be doing Dandara any % on old patch. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Right off the bat, we skip the first cutscene. As you see, this game has a bit of a unique movement. You don't run, you only jump between white surfaces. And you have a limited range, which can be a bit annoying sometimes when you're 1 pixel off where you need to go.
So this is a light Metroidvania sort of game. Not too much exploration to be done, but there's definitely a lot of secrets in the different areas. This is a camp. These are the places you can save and the checkpoints for the run. Also the place there where you will upgrade your characters throughout the run.
Yes, and you upgrade with salt, and each upgrade costs progressively more than the last, no matter where you put it. So that is very important for the run, as we have to do a skip later with where you have to have 9 hearts to be able to survive it. Yeah, go for it.
Polecats donated $5. Gotta show my love for fellow Dandara runner, GL on your run.
Oh, wasn't thinking what I was doing. Thanks, Polecats. Polecats is the world record holder in any % on new patch, and I think also 100% on new patch. He's been really crushing the leaderboards now. The route I'm doing today is actually the one he made a thing. We were theorizing a very long death warp in the middle of the game, and people said, no, too long, just too difficult to do, and he stepped in and said, no, we're going to do it, and that is
Another one is harder.
A little bit.
Also just risky
scary.
in general, but
I'm going to stay here. And now you see that if you die, you leave your corpse, and you can pick that up to regain the salt you were carrying, and you get a full health pickup when you do that as well. So I want to avoid that, because now I want a death warp back. Got the first weapon upgrade, and that's the only weapon upgrade we're going to be using throughout the run.
yeah. So each weapon upgrade, I believe, gives like an extra shot to her main shooting ability.
Yeah, it adds an extra arrow.
Yeah, and there's also going to be a couple of side weapons, which we will find later.
Yeah. Which are unfortunately mostly used just to open new areas, or the first one is only used to open new areas because it was way too powerful in the earlier versions of the game. You could one-shot late game enemies if you shot them in the head, because they would do double hits, and it was way too strong.
That seems a bit strong.
Yeah. Now we're going to pick up 1 out of 2 health potions, and each time you pick up a health potion, you get a full restock. So if I use 1 before the next time I pick 1 up, then I'll go up to 2 total. And you can also level up the effectiveness of them. So right now they heal 1 heart, and then you can level up 2, 3, and so on.
So coming up, we're going to see the first sort of instance of NPCs changing the environment. So you're going to see these green sort of blocks open up, which allows them to, if he stands on them, somehow change the environment around him. There's a couple of things we need to unlock here in the first area to move on to the game later.
Yeah, it is the green platforms and the purple platforms. So, because now I can't go in there to the next area because, well, music is dead.
Yep. So the first one is like art, I believe.
Yeah.
And then the music after that. So.
You help the painter find her inspiration again. So a lot of this speedrun is about having good movement and timing your A presses to jump at exactly when you land on a surface to go fast. Not so glitch heavy. There is 1 clip through a wall later in the game that skips a completely horrible area. And a couple damage boosts through weird places. That's it. Let's see.
Also, I believe there's a tech with the shooting where if you hold it for a very certain amount of time, you can sort of let it go early and shoot very fast.
Yeah, I'm going to try to show that off here on this mini-boss that's coming up, the tank. Do I have 1 heart or 2? I have 2, right?
I don't remember.
I think I have 2, so it's
Yeah, too.
So there we go.
Nice. Very
So
well.
the indicator for when your controller vibrates and you get a spark by your hands, and it's a little sound cue, that happens after you can actually release to fire. So if you get the timing down, you can do pretty good quick shots. Now we have unlocked music, so we can take the purple platforms. Oh wait, I want to.
Oh.
No, I want to die there.
Oh, you want,
Death
okay.
warp. We heavily abuse death warping
Yeah.
to get back to camps. And now my spirit is in a very convenient location, so I can just pick it up on the way back. Can do a lot of otherwise dumb damage boosts.
Oh.
While we're waiting, we pop a potion. No.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes the movement system is a little bit finicky. You have to be like somewhat very precise. It kind of likes locking onto things that you might not necessarily want to jump to. So
Yeah, and the thing is, if you target something and then you go off it, it will still... If you haven't hit another surface yet, it will have a sticky lock on the last surface you could jump to. And also, like there, if you hold against a wall, for example here, if I'm holding up, but it will point me down because that's... You can't jump towards the surface you're already on. And that can confuse you sometimes.
yep.
Especially when you're trying to go fast and you miss time in A press or tilting your stick. And you
Yeah.
accidentally jump into an enemy and die.
It's not fun.
That's life.
Dandara.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember when was this game released. It's pretty new. Isn't
It was 2016, if I
Oh,
recall
2016.
correctly.
Wow.
Like late 2016. So now we're just going through this maze-like area to try to get the first sub-weapon. And also another potion. And just like Metroid, you have that fanfare when you pick items up, which is both very nice and very annoying. Doing 100% and you have 9
Oh, yeah.
potions, 9 essences of salt, 3 weapon upgrades, and like the sub-weapons. It feels like a lot of dead time in the run. But that gives you time to rest your fingers. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
as we said, this game, if you start to optimize the game a little bit, your fingers will start to hurt a bit.
Yeah.
Because it goes very fast.
Now we have Johnny B, and we're going to pick up his missiles.
Cool.
And that's why I make sure to, during all the downtime, try to stretch out my fingers just to not wreck them.
Yeah, it's a good lesson in general.
Yeah. Take care of your body, people.
Your hands are valuable. So I don't quite remember how because sub-weapon has some sort of like meter next to it. I'm not quite sure how that works.
Yeah, so all the sub-weapons use essence, I think it's called, or salt. The yellow meter, and each weapon uses a different amount. So the missiles are weak and use a small amount, and then you have, for example, the memory shaft that uses a full bar of it, and you can upgrade the length of the meter, and you can get potions that allow you to refill it. But we don't use it that much besides.
When necessary.
Yeah. So now we're coming up on the first boss. Might look familiar to some people. We're going to see if I can get the phase skip on him. Let's see if I can count to 6 or 7. No, I did not mean to do that. Wrong control.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm using a controller that has buttons on the bottom of it, and I accidentally hit the B button for healing with when I was gripping the controller. So now we get to see the first boss in all his glory. So it's just simple. Dodge the eye shots. That should be it. Cool.
Nice. Quick first phase there.
And now phase 2 is pretty much the same. Oh.
So with the movement system like this, it makes the boss fights very interesting because you have to like be extremely careful about where you go because you can't always easily move to a new position if you are in the way of projectiles.
And especially after you, like halfway through phase 2, he starts spawning enemies on the platforms, which means you can't just jump to a platform, and then if he shoots at you at the same time, then you start panicking. You can box yourself in really easily.
Yep. I did that several times in my first playthrough.
Now we have the Stone of Creation, which lets us long jump from special platforms.
Which are these green ones you see on the screen right now, to the left.
But it's actually slower to take that specific one.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
Oh,
now we get some more salt.
quite a lot more salt. Quite a lot more salt even.
Yes. As if there wasn't enough salt when I run this game sometimes.
I feel that's true with most speed games.
Yeah.
Salt is the way of life.
And here the salt gives us power. Oh, I do actually have to go back down here and rest to get my energy back because that's quicker than going around the next area. Because we had to take the long way around last time because there was a wall in the way that we can just break now. And
Look at that. It's the spirit.
that died of serious injuries. If you
Yeah.
play this yourself, there are a lot of other souls, so people have died.
They have some interesting causes
Yeah.
of death. They're not very happy.
No, not at all. And I'm going to do a bit of a detour here because I do a bit of a slower, safer strat here. Polecat skips this area and he has a very precise salt route for this run, so he gets exactly what he needs. But I pick up that chest to be able to level up my potion once and my health 3 times in the next area.
So that's also, you just saw him flub the movement a little bit there. It's sometimes really weird with how the camera moves, and if you're not 100% ready on it, it's really easy to get messed up on it, especially since you always have to constantly be moving through the platforms and try to...
Especially when it's a room like that you're not used. I don't usually go into that room. It's something I picked up recently, so my muscle memory isn't prepared for the turnaround right there, so I get a bit thrown off. This bridge is going to be important later.
Yes.
That's why we have the 9. You need the 9 hearts. And this is the part of the run where everything gets really scary really quick. So there, 1, 2, 3, good. Floating, 184. So now I'm going to go to the opposite side of the game world, more or less, up to the desert, into the library, go as far in as I can to get a progression item. On the way back, I'm going to get the second and last sub-weapon we get in the run, and I'm not allowed to die or take a checkpoint in that entire gauntlet.
Yeah, so that's what the route he was talking about earlier with the long death warp. So usually if you play this regularly, you would first go all the way in and then all the way out. If you manage to get all the way in and get everything without dying, you can then death warp out, and it saves quite a lot of time.
You skip a boss fight.
You skip a boss fight too, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, skipping a boss, it's a pretty cool boss, but it's slow, so...
Less swag, more fast, pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Save frames.
Yeah. So these kinds of blocks here you saw, if you're on them and you shoot a direction, it's the force of the shot basically moves the platform around. Physics in a video game, cool.
Physics that can mess you up in a couple of rooms.
Oh, that too.
Not really. We're trying to fight enemies, and then you don't really think about that the platform you're standing on is rotating at the same time because you're shooting.
Yeah, another thing that really messed with me my first playthrough.
Yeah, during practice, that happened to me. And this is the one we don't want. There we go. Oh yeah, now a lot of things start to deal a bit further range on the attacks, faster attacks, more damage. And in the next room, we're going to be getting into the library through the back entrance. So I was practicing earlier today. Oh, no. Well, trying to get a consistent setup for it, so we'll see if that works now. So.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you, I will need it. I messed up the fast cycle already. So there, then about there. Just not enough, okay.
Yeah, so what he's trying to do here is position himself while he's getting
There
down.
we go.
Nice, very nicely done. Yeah, so by sort of damage boosting, Dandara starts floating a bit, and if you are very precise in your position there, you can actually just barely squeeze the line through that gap. So it's really, really hard, so well done.
So I'm taking a bit slow, getting the back up there. Because like I said, the only safety I have right now is my one health potion because I popped one before entering here. And there's a salt spirit on the way that I'll pick up for a full health boost. So there we go. Quick shots doing the work.
Very much so.
So now it's mostly smooth sailing from here, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Don't jinx yourself. It's one of those games that can go.
Hey,
go wrong.
you didn't say it, so it's not commentator's curse.
No, but it can still be a jinx. It's two sides of the same coin, really.
And there, died because too slow.
That's the least bad death.
Well, it's a bit of foreshadowing for when I get the next item. And I did not pick up on, I wasn't really reading, I wasn't thinking about, oh, hey, it's actually how they died. And I was like, oh, too slow. What happened? And then I died because I was too slow.
I don't remember this, actually.
So here we have another Mina boss blocking the room. My strat is actually to do a safe thing from, yeah, if you level up your energy once, oh, nope. Okay, good. If you level up your energy once, you can stand right about here where I'm pointing, and you can actually shoot him with missiles, and he can't damage you, really. It's only the slow aim shots that can bop you.
Let's see.
So now we have the Rock of Remembrance. Activate and resonate in its mere presence. Boom.
Scary.
So you might have noticed that some platforms and things in the background have skulls near them. Now all those traps or mechanisms activate when I get close. For better or worse.
Hopefully for mostly better. It's another one of the progression items here, so yeah, most of the progression in this game is like you go to one area, you find an item that lets you then progress to the next area, where you have to find an item to progress to the next area. Standard Metroidvania things usually.
Yep. Basic stuff. Some dancing.
Nice. Sick moves, fam.
So here is the too slow area. So those slammed down a lot quicker in earlier patches, and if you didn't do a perfectly timed jump, you got crushed under those moving blocks.
Oh, that was nice.
Caught a lot of people off guard.
Yep.
And now we have these. The game is nice enough to show you in advance that, oh, if you get close, it spits sand. But if you're fast, you can just blitz through.
If I remember right, you're now going to get the next sub-weapon and then Death Warp, right?
That is very correct.
Nice, I remember things. It's great.
Pretty good. And you can actually see it right here. It's the chest over there. We have to take the long way around. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I've got 3 hearts. No.
I'm pretty close to you, so it should be good.
It's no worries. Then it is pretty much smooth sailing. Besides the scythe. The scythe can be real enemy. These also physics. goes slow if you charge and fast when you release, and it actually scales with the amount of weapon upgrades you have.
I didn't know that. When he told me that, my mind was blown. Now he has the sub-weapon here, which is a laser beam, pretty much.
Yep.
So
A very special one, as it is the only sub-weapon that can self-damage.
oh no, he died. How did you manage that? So here's the death warp we're talking about, pretty obviously, I hope.
And now we're back.
Usually we'd have to backtrack to that entire thing, but it saves all the time, so that's like probably the scariest part of this new round.
That is
So,
very much the scariest part. I
so
mean,
well done getting through there.
oh, thank you. It's a bit scary the rest of the game because now that I've skipped a boss and I don't save any of my salt from. Yeah, I'll go down first. Should be fine. Because I don't get any salt from the boss and I death warps, I lost like 2k salt. I'm a bit lower level than you would usually be, which means I have less hearts, less sub-weapon energy. All the good stuff I could possibly want. I'm gonna just do that.
Nope.
That's fine.
Okay. Oh, so 2 archer, fine.
Yeah,
Easy.
easy every time. I'll just have to take it safe here. That is a yellow and purple one, so it charges. There are 2 enemies that look almost identical. One charges and one shoots. So just need to check. That camp will be important later. We go back down again and go into the purple area, the intention capital, for the next progression item. There we go. That's how movement looks when it goes nice and quick.
Yeah. So it takes a lot of practice, like, because you have to know like basically exactly what kind of angles you want. Because like sometimes also if you're on one platform trying to go another, if you're like certainly in the wrong position, like a little bit in the wrong position, you just can't jump.
That makes me
So
sad.
It's sad.
Oh,
There's a laser beam.
a bit
Cool.
scarier than the one I have.
Yep. Quite a lot even.
And it will follow me until I get out of this area. There we go. Very relentless, guarding the gates. One of 2 reasons why we need the Rock of Remembrance is to get through here. So now we have a new enemy, the Triangle Warriors. They shoot a missile out that turns 90 degrees if you're above or below it, or well, adjacent to it.
Yeah. Nice.
Through there. And this one always wants to annoy me. Yeah. Oop. If I wouldn't have jumped there early, he would have been blocking the door, and that's slow and bad and frustrating.
That's alright.
And now we have the scythe.
These ones are very annoying. They can sort of just like, yeah, they can just do that, just go out of the mountain. You can't really shoot them. You just have to wait till they get back. They have very fast attacks, or kind of challenging to dodge. Of course, Aegri is a Stone Cold Pro.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fine. And I can't use any sub-weapons there because I'm going to be doing another death warp. So I need to be able to kill myself in the next room. There we have it, the
There you go.
1 pixel off.
Thank you for showing it off.
Yeah. 100% intentional.
Yeah, of course. I mean, mistakes in a video game never happened.
Not optimal run at a marathon?
Can't believe this. Reset.
Stone of Intention. Now I can turn things upside down. Here and there. Some purple platforms. And now I'm going in here just to pick up a bit of salt because I need those 3 hearts I'm missing. and I'm ashamed of this room. So there's a chest on the right wall there, but if you try to flip to get in there, you're going to get it on the wrong side. I did not know that you had a destructible wall to get in. So the way I did it when I was doing 100% from the beginning was I was trying to get a perfect turn at the same time as an enemy, one of those two enemies charged at me to knock me off mid-flip.
Did that work?
Oh yeah, it worked.
Wow.
It worked, but it was really inconsistent.
Oh,
and
I
really
can't
frustrating.
imagine.
I forgot I have to go the
That's
upper route to get this one.
Just that you thought of that is pretty well done.
It was like I didn't see the wall, and I was watching someone play this blind for the first time, and they accidentally shot the wall. I was like, wait, you can do that? That specific thing, shooting secret walls, is used including that in 3 places.
Yeah.
So it's not like a common mechanic. So now, if I'm kind of correctly, I should need to go up here, pick up 300, and then I'll have enough. Might have to farm some enemies, but... And then we're on to the end game after that, more or less. Where people don't do deathless golden palaces, they optimize their deaths. And that is 9.
Nice.
So the intended route is, earlier I went down and went to the wall, which had a breach in it, and you're supposed to take a bunch of platforms, and there are those spikes that come out of the ground, and it's slow and dangerous. So instead, what we do is we go here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, bam.
Nice. So yeah, that's why we need the 9 hearts. Pretty self-explanatory. You can live with 1.
Calculated.
Absolutely fantastic. This is a pretty big sequence break. You're not usually supposed to be able to get back here for a bit.
Oh, you're
Pretty sure?
supposed to take the other route.
Oh, right,
back.
yeah.
It's
My bad.
really slow.
Yeah.
But this that we're doing now is not intended.
Yeah.
The Dreamlands. The item we need is right there.
How are we gonna get there?
How about we just... No. Try again. So what you're supposed to be doing here is be teased by the pearl being right out of reach, and take the maze around to try to get to the... It's like the beginning of the game, but with difficult enemies. But instead, we're just going to try to clip through this wall.
Particular, so
That can happen.
okay.
That shows what's happening. The wall is there we go.
Nice. Well done.
So the wall is oscillating back and forth a bit. So if you take damage, if you jump towards the wall, take damage, it counts you as being on the ground if you do it at the right time, or you're just before the ground, so it pushes you through. So you damage boost in the opposite direction, and because the wall's moving, it's all good. 28, not bad.
Nice.
So, and the Dream Pearl allows us to dream. So now we're going to the breach in the wall.
This is the camp that we discovered like a couple minutes, or 10 minutes ago, I don't know,
Pretty much.
ish.
So you don't have to interact with the camp, you just need to see it to be able to warp to it.
This made me mad. I did not know how to get through that chest for the longest time.
I think if you take the long way around beneath, you can see that the wall is not complete. So we have 10 and 3 should be good. And I'm just a bit short. So now we are working our way through the outskirts of the wall to try to get into the Golden Palace itself, where the final boss is. And I'm going to do a really annoying fight for safety, which seems very counterproductive, but it's a lot quicker. After dying in the palace, it's a lot quicker if I open up a shortcut, but to do that I have to kill those tower or the gate guardians that are shooting at me right now. And you can only do it from here. So Where you at? Come on. Whoa. And now you get to see the whole boxing yourself in thing taken to the extreme.
Oh yeah. For some reason they decided to leave like a little bit of a gap where you can actually damage them, because anywhere else they are completely safe. So bad architecture. Nice. That jump
Micro dodging.
That jump was sweet.
I used to play Toho, so micro dodging is a thing.
I don't even know what that game is. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'm a horrible.
Bullet hell.
Ah.
And now I will do a quick level up.
Oh, there you go.
And let's go like that. Yeah,
So if you
12.
were very optimized, you would not really do that, but
Yeah.
safely. It's very nice to have.
Yeah,
This game is
because
pretty hard.
This place is horrible. I always go right side first because I just damage boost and I know that I won't be able to get through the left side without dying anyway, so...
Nice. So usually there you would have to like destroy the guys that are in the hamster wheel kind of things, if I remember right. If I remember right.
Yep, powering it up. But instead we just...
Just do that.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Freaking laser beams. And in the old route, we actually picked up an upgrade specifically for like this part of the run and for the second boss that allows you to actually block, which is very useful.
Yes.
But no, skip that now. And it takes sub-weapon energy to be able to block attacks, but very worth it when things do 3 hearts of damage. And
Yep, for sure.
So the turrets can't shoot straight down, so you have a bit of a safe spot after you destroy the first 2 columns. Oh, damn. If we could shoot those from the outside somehow, I'd be so happy.
I would also like kind of defeat the purpose of going around, I suppose.
Yeah, there we go.
If you're gonna be a legend in the Dandara community, find that. Skip.
So these guys jump either when you jump close to them or if they take damage. So if we... Nope. That was
Okay.
not intended.
Oh, that works.
I got through.
Yeah, you're fine.
So I'm at... missing 5. So jump there. I need to wait anyway, so I try to pop the potion while waiting, and then we have... Oh. Whew. Okay.
Nice.
Like I said, I'm not going to get through... Oh, yeah. Bit too fast there. No, I'm going to get through this area. No problem, I think. Alright. Go. Pop the bubble. Oh, you see these weird white things on the ground? Like bulbs. If you step on them, after a while, they emit electricity, which is no fun. There we go.
Nice.
Slipping under there. So I think I'll take an intentional death here. Just to... I could wait for another room. Yeah, good time for some donations now. Where'd I?
10,000 Spoons donated $25. Had to donate during my best friend Aegri's run. Greetings from up north.
Thank you very much. 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. took me a while to clock who that actually was, and I was like, oh no, not that one. Yeah.
Oh,
either.
okay.
You have to do some pretty good quick shots to get through there, and I was not quick enough. But it's all good, because now, because my spirit is there, I can just damage boost all the way down and not really worry. Which saves my potions. Oh no.
Wait, that's not right,
Yeah,
no.
left, but it's supposed to be the second left.
Next left.
Yeah. The other left.
That wasn't the right left. It was the left left. Wait.
Was it wrong? No, right. There we go. Like I said, doesn't matter. We're just going to be blazing through here.
Yeah.
So we do that.
Okay.
That's fine. There we go. That's
Nice.
what I was supposed to look. That's what it's supposed to look like. Languages.
Languages are the big hard.
Yep. Dash at me, thank you. Okay, you did not block me. That is good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the sights, they just keep coming at you.
Yeah, they're really relentless.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh,
There we go. In there. Almost 3K, yeah, that's 1 or 2 upgrades, not sure.
it's an amount.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
X amount of salt will give me Y amount of upgrades.
Perfect.
Just for safety.
More safety.
More safety. Taunting chest, don't want it. This is the first time we actually see the sorcerers. They are like the scythes, but they shoot a spread shot. There's actually the fake village that we skip. There is a mini boss encounter with 2 of them at the same time. Also with the electrified floor in the same room. And it's a narrow corridor. All the bad things at once.
Very fun.
Yeah. I was talking about that skip earlier, and I said that even if it was slower, I would still do it just to not have to go through the fake village, because that's so bad.
Pretty fair, honestly.
I mean, even when doing 100%, I've lost runs there because I just goofed. Done goof. So now we have unlocked the area for the final boss. 4, 2, let's go. I'm all for the quick maths, so I always try to keep my my healing amount to be an even or round division of my health. So now I've got 12 health, potions heal for 4.
So yeah, this is the time for the final boss now.
Yep.
Say 2-phase.
2-phase boss.
Cool.
Elder Phase 1, the very angry TV screen.
Pretty accurate, yeah. Big angry boss box.
Which is completely, pretty much completely random.
Yep. It's always fun.
Yeah, so we see if he decides to, no, he shoots. So he slowly follows you around the arena, and he can shoot those squares. That means he's going to charge. Whoops. And then you have the mini elders going around. Now comes the tough cookie. Let's go.
Good luck. There's another one where you have to be
So
very particular with your movement. You can actually stand on him as well, even though it's not white for some reason.
You take damage if the masks respawn and you're standing there. and I do not want to stand there. So in phase 1, he has the missile attack that goes 1 lap around. He can summon 3 masks that chase you, and now we're in phase 2 already. Now he's shooting out. Oh, that just barely.
Wow, nice.
Missed. And now, if I destroy a piece of his armor, oh, not yet. He's just doing the strong attacks, but not the armor stuff yet.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think I have any more time later to do that. I think at this point, if I start destroying the masks, then or the shield, then he will summon 2 masks every time. And I'm getting really bad pattern right now. Oh, that was the whole I was aiming down and shot up thing.
Yep.
Nope. Oh, get those
so
masks
close.
out of the way.
You got this.
There we go.
Nice. Stay down.
And time is a bit wonky in this game, so I think it is on fade to black after epilogue, but before credits. So we're coming up on time soon. Just gonna mash through this.
This guy's also in the game, by the way. We don't actually meet him, but he's an important character.
And time.
Nice. 4127.
4127. That's actually better than the one I had in the practice room.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it
a
is.
4135, I think. Something like that. 38.
Something
so
like that, yeah. Good job.
Unofficial world record in a dead category because I'm running an old batch, but oh well. Thank you very much. Shout outs to Polecats and Granux, the 100% runner, and the guys at Long Hat House. After I submitted this game, they released a patch that changed quite a bit, but they were kind enough to put up a beta branch for me so I could actually run on the patch that I know and not have to relearn everything, all the small differences. So thank you very much for that, and enjoy the rest of the marathon. Have a good one.